Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northern California and Levi's Stadium in the South Bay in Santa Clara, California. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go from a rainy Levi's Stadium. And this will work out quite well. He'll get us all the way out to the 30-yard line.
Hold it ready. Tag. 18 cards.
They run with the Argent man. It's Bucky Irving. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Ready.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 4.
Ready. 70 Lions. Ready.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard. He sets up 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
19, 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Sanders on 3rd down. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. Not just a 1st down, but reception number 70 on the season. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 70, set up.
Here's Irving. Not a whole lot there as he'll work it down to the 46. That's John Campbell getting in there to make the play.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Get it. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Panther 11, Panther 11.
On play action, Shador. That one taken in by T. Higgins. A big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field, and that's in an area where usually this play gets erased.
Okay, break. Go. 19 lock, Cougar 19. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready.
From the gun, it's Shador. He'll air one out for Higgins. He's got it. That long one's going to bring them 1st and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line. That is a big gain for the 49ers. It covers 51 yards.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Ready.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal.
Bronco 80. Ready, ready.
Sanders now off the bootleg. On the run to the right. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points.
And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Play 7 of the drive coming up, and it's 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Now Shador moving to his right. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Raheem Sanders. Touchdown. 49ers. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
You know, it's funny, Mike. I think in conditions like this, when you play games in these elements, everyone assumes it puts a lot of pressure on the offense, and it's actually the contrary. The offense knows where they're going. They can collect their feet, they can collect their weight, but it's the defense that is more of a reactive state, and those are the guys that have a hard time keeping their footing. You see them slipping and falling, so early offensive success doesn't really surprise me, and now they have the ability to play from a lead.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Come on. Ready.
Now a run with the rookie out of Oregon. And he'll take this past the 30. A gain of 6, mark it at the 31. Following the play, we have an Eagle who is shaken up from the 31. Here's 2nd and 3.
Ready.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That run complete to Jalen Lane. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
That's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
Now a give on the ground. Down the sideline. Inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That gives him 14 touchdowns for the year. The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready. 70 Timberwolves.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. A guy and a catch. Incredible. Give him 14 on that play. One play, one first down.
Doesn't it seem like that every time we see a highlight reel catch, they love showing the wide receivers and the running backs, but let's give a little love to the big tight end. I mean, what an athletic play Understanding that ball was down and away, you've got to lay out to secure it. And not only is he able to get his hands under it and catch it initially, but he's able to survive the ground, and that's a big-time play.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Get it? 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Now, Sanders. Now, screen set up for Irving. Oh, Bucky Irving. And he will score. Bucky Irving. Touchdown, San Francisco. What a pretty touchdown that was. Nothing looks nicer than a well-set-up screen, and that was executed to perfection.
Mike, the key to any successful screenplay is the timing between the offensive lineman getting out and where the running back is when he catches it. You'll see it here played out perfectly. He gets the escorts out in front of him, gets the key blocks he needs, all the way down for 6.
Now another shot here at the PAT. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
Ready? Ready?
Drive will start on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
That is intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The Niners take over 1st and 10
Go!
at the 33-yard line.
19 Tiger, 60 Bison.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
19, 18, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Let's go.
On 2nd down here, Sanders forced out wide, and they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Now Sanders on 3rd and long, and that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The Niners will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. The Niners send their field goal unit on the field. This officially a 58-yard attempt. No issues there. This one is good. And the Niners build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So after one, 17-7 is the score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter, as they've got it with first and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready.
Throwing now from the gun. Quick throw here is complete. Throw! And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone. Big-time play for Philly. 31 yards. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Landon Dickerson guilty on that one. He'll look to throw. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Eagles.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball. And that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
From the 6, here comes a return. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start.
On the 6. Let's go. Cougar 19.
On the ground, it's Irvin. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. Second down.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And third down coming up.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball, He tries to fit that.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the defense finds the end zone. Great work inside by the linebacker, who takes it back the other way for the touchdown.
Yeah, he just never saw the linebacker in the middle of the field, Mike, and the quarterback was locked in on his receiver, and once that ball came out of his hand, I think he wanted it back.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready, set. Ready. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Let's go.
They'll run with Irvin. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. Oh, he's got a defender right with him, and it's an interception. Picked off by Gilly Ringo. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Open man. That's Dante Thornton. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And he's into the end zone. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Philadelphia. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
Now that. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
They go play action with Sanders. To the middle of the field. Caught by Higgins. And mark him down up beyond the 30. And that one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
70 Lions. Check out.
As Shador on first down. Pass pulled in by Irvin. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 2. From the gun, it's Sanders. Thrown left side. The catch is made. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
On first down, here's Irving. Finding space inside the 40. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They gain 18 yards on that one. First down, 49ers.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. He'll get this complete to his man out of the backfield. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. 2 times they've connected on this drive now. This one for 21 yards and a first down.
13-yard line.
Let's go.
Throw to the right side. It is caught. And he'll somehow turn this into an positive. Get out of bounds after a pickup of a yard.
He's on the bounce at the 12-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
Here's a second and 9.
Trap 60, trap 60. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Shador. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight ends. I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return.
46-yard line.
Okay, ready? Get it. Liking 18. Ready.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I back with you from Santa Clara in a moment. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Go. Like.
They'll turn and hand this one off. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Here's 3rd and 2. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's got room at the 30. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. And even 30 yards. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. He'll drop to throw. caught. That's Wayne.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of the receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. Third down and 9.
Here we go.
Back to throw. That is taken in left side by Thornton. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. And it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on fourth down.
70, hot, go.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
Yeah, so I think, Mike, this is one of those decisions where the conditions and the elements definitely come into play. I think in a normal day of clear weather, this coach makes a different decision in this situation. But here, I can totally understand why he decided to be aggressive and go for it on fourth down.
Ready.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Go. 6, Viking, 18.
Now it's Sanders. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. And they're going to move this one all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Bronco East.
They'll run it. It's Irvin. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Points, all that separates these two sides as half number 2 kicks off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo 18.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, man, open downfield is Thornton. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone inside the 20. A big one there to start the second half. That gains an even 60 yards.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get about 5. Second and 5.
Brings up second and 5.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Pass caught right side by Thornton. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. good. And the Eagles will extend their lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
Got it. Ready? Hey. Hawk 70. Hawk. Let's go.
Give. This is Irving. He'll try to keep his footing. Manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
Here we go. Set. Cougar 19. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Sanders will throw it. This one downfield. Taken in by Higgins. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 25 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Niners first down.
42-yard line.
Come 19. 19. Here we go. Here we go.
Now, Shador, he's going to let this one go deep. And he's in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Niners 32, Eagles 31.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Look at him go! And he's going to take this all the way back. 89 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back to the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense, you watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown, and you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic.
Go. Viking 18.
Throwing now, Sanders on first down. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Now 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
Out Sanders. That one incomplete. Good job. Textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
On third down, Sanders. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line.
On the jump.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Come on, come on.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short pass taken in by the tight end. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Doing a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 9. They'll stick with him again. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard. And this is 3rd down.
Got it. Ready?
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
Ready? Mustang, Deputy Lion. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This one from 54 yards out. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Eagles will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Miller now to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
It is bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off.
Here we go. Start. Cowboy 80.
They'll throw on 1st down with Sanders. Quick throw, taken in. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Sanders. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10.
Get it. Move it, 19.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Check. Panther 60. Panther 60.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
At the 30-yard line.
They'll try the right side this time. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Now they'll set up to throw. Open man is pushing. He's got it. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
So the Eagles will use their first time out here as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game as this one is also good. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return.
Ready. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
Now Shador on 1st down. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete.
And really, it's the interceptions that continue to be a problem, and he's lucky he didn't add to that total. I mean, defender had an opportunity to add another one to the mix, and he just has to do a better job making decisions, finding the open target, and stop forcing bad throws.
2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Ready.
From the gun, it's Shador. Going for it all. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I think when that ball ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction because that defender got both hands on it but just couldn't come down with the pick.
From the gun on third down, Sanders. And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys first and 10 in the red zone.
Ready, set. Ready.
Here's a run going left. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Here we go, set.
Here's a toss, right side. And he will score! Touchdown, Eagles! So that is 2 touchdowns in this game, and now 15 for the year. The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Miller now to return it. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
Ready. Set, go.
They go play action with Sanders. A short one there. Caught by Caleb. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier. And that catch gets him a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
To throw is Sanders. Now, screen set up for Irving. This has been bizarre. From second and a mile on a huge gain, but still short of a first down.
So often, sacks, especially on first down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from second and long to third and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on third, don't be surprised if they go for it on fourth.
It's a gain of 12 there. First down, 49ers.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. This pass deflected and caught. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Come on, set.
Now, Sanders. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10.
Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready,
Now it's Sanders. That one taken in. Touchdown, 49ers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into... And now, will you look at this? It's a fake. This will be incomplete. Not sure what they could have seen that makes this a good call. Going for it with a fake on an extra point, and they get nothing out of it. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
ready, go.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air like you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. It's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Ready.
They'll drop to throw. And he cannot get away. Brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down.
Panther 60.
He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. On 4th down, here's Blake Gillikin to punt. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Here is 1st and 10. They'll start with an option play to the right. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On the set.
Now, on 2nd and long.
Top 19. Here we go. Set. 70 Timber.
Out of the gun, it's Sanders. A pass pulled in by Irving. They're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Timeout 49ers. That is their 2nd. Clock stops with 33 seconds remaining.
On the ready.
They'll need to score and do it quickly. Still one timeout left. Final minute, first and 10. Here's Sanders to throw. Got it open downfield on the crossing route. They're going to work this down inside the 45. Throwing now, Sanders on first down. First, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And it's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
They'll come up now for second down. Sanders going to throw again. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch.
It's a gain of 6.
So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way